Welcome back to Edison Squints. I'm 𝗕𝗢𝗿𝗍𝗍, and this is episode 7, the Energy AI Climate Nexus. To start, I want you to picture one of my favorite cartoons by a New Zealander named Barry Linton. In a vast ocean, one ragged person stands on a desert island, waving with joy at an equally ragged person approaching in a little rowboat. Both sense their imminent salvation. The one on the island is yelling, "Boat!" and the one on the boat is yelling, "Land!" Unfortunately, neither fully understands their situation. The tiny island won't save the boater. The tiny boat won't get them across the vast ocean. And that ocean, calm in the moment, can turn stormy and may swallow them whole. Here's what makes this cartoon so profound. Each person sees salvation in what the other has, based on what those things meant in the past, not what they'll need for the future ahead. To me, this perfectly captures the paradox we face today at the intersection of energy, artificial intelligence, and climate change. The island, for example, is our energy infrastructure, generation capacity, transmission and distribution lines, energy storage, behind-the-meter, real and valuable, but smaller and more fragile than we'd like to admit. Built for the 20th century, already straining under 21st century demands. The boat, on the other hand, is artificial intelligence, game-changing and suddenly here, promising to optimize everything from grid management to renewable integration, yet demanding unprecedented amounts of energy itself. The ocean is climate change, the vast, dangerous context that neither energy systems nor AI development can ignore. Rising temperatures, extreme weather, resource constraints. The ocean doesn't care about our policy aspirations or innovation cycles or deployment timelines. Like the guys in the cartoon, each of energy, AI, and climate sees salvation in what the other has. AI will revolutionize grid management, optimize renewable deployment, predict demand with unprecedented accuracy. Energy infrastructure will power AI's limitless scaling, enable the computational revolutions we've been promised. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Not in their current forms. Not given the ocean they're in. AI won't save the energy sector's complexity problem if AI itself becomes the dominant source of that complexity. When data centers drive demand exceeding renewable deployment, when cooling requirements stress water resources, the solution becomes the problem. For its part, energy infrastructure won't save AI's scaling ambitions if the grid can't physically expand fast enough. When transformers have multi-year lead times, when skilled workers can't be trained overnight, the foundation becomes the bottleneck. We need AI to manage grid complexity, but AI creates grid complexity. We need rapid grid transformation, but AI's demands may overwhelm it. We need to address climate change, but that collision may deepen the climate crisis. The person on the island and the person in the boat must stop yelling, "Boat!" and land at each other. Stop projecting past solutions onto unprecedented challenges and start focusing on the imperatives. Two imperatives, in my opinion, stand above all the others. First, massively invest in human resources, human infrastructure. We need hundreds of thousands of new electricians and high-volt technicians in the U.S. alone for the transition, not to mention about 250,000 just to replace retirements. We need electrical engineers and system operators who can manage both physical grids and AI systems. We need skilled technicians who can install and maintain the new equipment that our future demands. We cannot let the AI industry drain all the talent from infrastructure that powers AI itself. Without people who can build, operate, and maintain our energy systems, every other solution remains theoretical. Second, rebuild resilient supply chains. This is the other side of that coin. We need industrial capacity to produce what this expanded workforce can install, operate, and maintain. For example, transformers, large and small, suffer with multi-year lead times. China's control of 80% of solar production and 70% of battery manufacturing creates really challenging dependencies. Domestic manufacturing of critical grid components costs more initially, but resilience matters more than short-term optimization. Of course, we must also prioritize energy efficiency and prioritize green infrastructure. We must optimize AI for efficiency, developing smaller and more specialized models that balance computational cost against outcomes. And we must foster global collaboration, recognizing that no nation, company, or technology can solve this energy, AI, climate nexus all by itself. But without the people and without the equipment, all of these things remain aspirations rather than achievements, dreams, not goals. Back in Linton's cartoon, the person on the island and the person on the boat have found each other, but they're still in the middle of the ocean. Their survival depends on what happens next, the choices they make, the collaboration they forge, and the wisdom they bring to navigating that vast and unforgiving landscape. The next few years will determine our trajectory. Will this nexus accelerate our path to sustainability, or will it deepen our environmental crisis? Or raise electricity prices to unsustainable and, in fact, regressive levels, just as we work to electrify everything across our economies and societies? The island is small. The boat is fragile. The ocean is vast and growing rougher. Neither will save the other by remaining what they are. Our survival depends on what we become together. The choice is ours. The time is now. For continued conversation and exploration of these ideas, connect with me on LinkedIn or at lincolnbledens.com. That's LincolnBledEVEANS.com. You can also check out other episodes of Edison Squints on YouTube. And please subscribe and comment while you're there. I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you'll join me next time for another episode of Edison Squints.